Do we have anything that we can build before we go out on the mission? I do not believe so. I think, in fact, what we would have done last time is set ourselves up effectively for our next expedition. Looks like we do have a new card unlocked here, though. The Smith's Forge. The Blacksmith's Guild forges metal into armor, and armor into a semblance of life. Removes up to 2 items from the inventory. Adds an effect for 10 hits for each item that lowers incoming damage by 20%. Wow, that doesn't actually seem good. Removes 2 items from your inventory. Well, I guess you equip the items that you want immediately, right? So it's not removing them from your body. And it may have some sort of synergy with other things. Let's turn the Smith's Forge on. Something that I want to do here, actually, is build a world where I can get a temporal beacon out. So the Time Watchers may join battles within its range. They are afraid of vampires. I understand that the temporal beacon is a way to gain the higher tier resources that we're ultimately looking for by fighting those Time Watchers, but I'm not going to want to, overlap Temporal Beacon and Vampire Mansion. So let's turn the Vampire Mansion off, the Temporal Beacon on, and start trying to figure, if I'm going Temporal Beacon and Smith's Forge, what else? What else goes with that? You're 100% right. We should just standardize time without zones. Ignore the sun, have a global darts tournament once a year, and whoever wins gets to set a single clock for that year. I love the idea that every single nation would just be training darts players like absolute mad in preparation for that tournament every single year. Ancestral Crypt versus Arsenal? Probably more of an Ancestral Crypt kind of body at the moment, unless we end up with too many things that don't have souls. So if I'm not going Vampire Mansion, I'm probably also not going to take a village with me. If I'm not going to take Vampire Mansion, I'm definitely not going to be taking the swamp. Suddenly I'm feeling more like it's a Grove Ruins Blood Grove kind of situation. Spider Cocoon can be involved, because I guess Grove is not all of the early damage that I'm going to want to do. I also should probably figure out the character that I'm going to be playing before we do this. I don't want to do Necromancer again. I've done Necromancer a lot of runs in a row. But also I want to be able to utilize different sets of things. So no to the Necromancer. Rogue. I haven't played Rogue as much as I have played Necromancer. I don't think I've even played Warrior as much as I've played Necromancer at this point. Also doesn't have any particular benefits or disadvantages. I'm also thinking I will go again against the third, so against the Hunter. No, I don't think I have ever done Arsenal Warrior, and I think that is actually the thing that's going to be the key to it here. I haven't had the Warrior with an extra slot fulfilled ever. It's about time I do that. Now, before we actually choose the rest of our stuff as well, let's have a look at what the Warrior has on offer for traits. So there is strong aftertaste. This is some scaling that we would be able to get ourselves relatively early on. The hero deals 1.5 damage for every potion used since this trait is taken. Now, we wouldn't be able to stack up on potion usage by getting swamps and witch huts and things like that, unfortunately. But this would be a reason to go for experience, which is what the Suburbs card is doing for us. The Suburbs card is giving us extra experience, 1 per Suburbs, for every single enemy that we are slaying. Defense is increased by 1 after every loop. No. Heals by loop value. After receiving this trait, you receive that at the start of every no. Okay, yeah, so not much of this scales at all. It's literally just strong aftertaste, so I'm not feeling like I'm going to go too heavy on experience from the Suburbs. What does the Warrior want? What does the Warrior want to take out on the first run of the day here? Deserts and sand dunes? I mean, all of those. I almost want to take rock and mountain more than I want to take the desert. The warrior can definitely do ruins. The warrior can definitely do grove. Do I want to leave cemetery on? The warrior can definitely do battlefield, can even do the overlaps of battlefield. I probably don't want the book. Well, if I've got rock forest desert, like if I've got 3 different parts as well as the river here, I want to cycle past desert and only get sand dune. I want to cycle past forest and only get thicket, you know, these kinds of things. We could have oases and marquee and, you know, forests, thickets, etc. Turn the rock off, because that'd just be too much. Small area of suburbs. The only thing is, if I'm taking a card that I know I'm going to place an amount of, just, you know, suburbs, probably a block of 5x5 maybe. But if I do have that, do I want to have the bookery still in my build so that I can cycle past them? I think so. I think so. I think that gets kind of like reincorporated. There's the chrono crystals in the outpost, which I still don't think I should really be taking here. As payment for his work, the outpost will take all yellow and orange items dropped in this battle. Yeah, that's, I really cannot afford to take the outpost and have it actually take my items away. I only really want to do that as the rogue who has access to the trophies regardless. This is a lot. It's just very heavy in terms of the amount of landscaping we have, reinforcing the idea of the bookery. The temporal beacon really wants to be here. Each day passes faster. What do I have that gives us benefits in terms of days passing? Because it might actually just be Meadow, but I don't think it's time to put Meadows back into the world. Ramsoak, there, everybody, to the tier 1 subscription. Enjoy remotes and chat. Well, back to Republic. Do we beacon? Battlefield is an AoE, Bloodgrove is an AoE. Bookery is not an AoE, it's just like adjacency, right? Well, it's pass by. I don't know how that... Maybe that's an AoE effect, I guess. Temporal beacons, that's not enough AoE effects. Apparently there's something for doing 6 of them overlapping. I think we might actually be here. I think this might be what we want. So we'll have the suburbs and spider cocoons early on, using the bookeries basically so that we can cycle for them as much as possible. We're ultimately going to be trying to set up some sort of a ruin stagger. So we're talking like ruin space, ruin space, ruin space, so that we can fight the Scorchworms without the Scorchworms supporting each other in battle. We'll then put a Bloodgrove in the same area near those so that they can't escape from battle. They give us really good loot. We can focus on whether or not we want to get late and try and remove those with Oblivion at the very end. That's not super important to me at the moment. We'll have the extra piece of equipment from the arsenal, as well as, unfortunately, lower item quality, so we'll have to just settle for a couple more things than I otherwise might. Man, is there any huge weakness here that I'm overlooking? Do I need Battlefield? Is that the question I should be asking myself right now? Do I need Battlefield? Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's really good early on. Do I need Cemetery? I mean, it's like my second good battle space. Ruins and Cemetery. I think I'm going to take all of these. I know I've taken a while to set this out, but I feel like what we've crafted here is the stencil that the rest of the run is going to be taking place over. And, you know, given all the power that I want it to have, this will end up being another 2-hour run or something like that. People on YouTube suddenly looking down at the timestamp and going, okay. Yes or no, really, depending on how that went. Okay, let's pop this arsenal down. We want it in the least obtrusive position possible. I think that's like here. Like right there, maybe even. I can't imagine another thing that I'm very specifically going to want to put there, whereas everywhere else, like there's interesting ruffles we can explore. Cool. Send him. Oh, helmet is what we've got now. Retaliation damage also. Getting the first couple of items here. A cemetery and a blood grove. I should probably get the cemetery down earlier rather than later. Cemetery is probably going to be this top stint, if I had to guess. Ruins is going to be one of these. At least the first cemetery and the first ruins. How do I want to space these? Hit, hit, hit. Yeah. And then Bloodgrove can't go down until I have a Grove. Or Forests. It'll spawn off of either of them. Early Oblivion, nice to see it. Well. That could do it. So... let's think. Probably a good time to start doing that, right? If I wanted to put a grove here, then that would put the blood grove in this position. This blood grove would then be covering this... oh no, we couldn't put a scorch there, right? Because the grove would be directly next to it. So I would get the rat wolves supported by the scorch worms. So instead it'd be like a grove goes here, and then that puts a hungry grove here, or blood grove here rather. And then I can go ruin. Can the blood grove ever cover 3 different ruins at the same time on this map? One goes there, one goes there, no. Well, I mean, ultimately what we'd have to have is a lead-in from multiple different sides, right? Yeah, it'd have to have like 4 adjacencies. That might be too heavy. Yeah, with doing forests in the middle, that would be possible. So a forest sitting in this position would then be able to put a blood grove in this position, which would then have ruin. And then we can do forest here, blood grove here, ruin, right? And then we've got even like a double cover of the blood grove on this ruin. That's actually like really good. Oh, I like that a lot. Oh, I don't even want to relent on that idea anymore. But then what am I doing with... I've accidentally crafted a version of this that doesn't even need the groves to be spawned. Oh no. I mean, in collaboration with Shadowblood, I've crafted something here that doesn't need... Damn it. Oh, hello, thickets. Yeah, that's where that's where the thickets go. Sup, Leyline? We've got a armor, but not really. We've got a counter on the ring. Honestly, we probably don't really need to change our equipment that importantly. Okay, now, thicket. It depends on the shape of the map as to whether or not I think I would benefit most from having a grove or a thicket. I have run just forest thicket before in order to set up blood groves, and it limited the positioning that I could put them in. Unfortunately, this map does make it pretty perfect just for the thickets. It'd be nice if you could see the map before you actually load in design around it, but I understand that that would result in players just standing at the deck building selection screen for, 5 hours. Bit too long. Enforces a negative play pattern. Alright. Let's go throw the next thicket down. I'm trying to start thinking about where the river is going to go. Hence, holding off on immediately dropping that thicket. So I know the best orientation for the river and thickets is like a striping pattern back and right. Like this. Kind of like snaking up. I don't know if I have the width to accomplish that right now, though. say. Ooh, battlefield. So that could be my first battlefield, spawning a chest every single loop to immediately be collected afterwards. Sand dune. I don't really want to start doing McKee stuff over here. Do I want to start doing Oasis stuff immediately? Or am I splitting up sand dunes? I mean, I think I'm splitting them up. I'm probably only going to have the river over this side of the map and then get off of river. I do have a lot, like a kind of daft amount of landscapes at the moment, so I will have to be kind of judicious in the way I use them. Another evasion, don't need it. Suburb. It's going to be on this side of the river. I mean, I would have liked to get a suburb like much earlier on, but it's not going to actually be a problem. Oh boy. Helmet of Retaliation Damage 6, Damage to Wall 2, counter 5%, Vampirism rather, not Vampirism. Vampirism of 4%. Such tiny little upgrades. Defense 3, Defense 1, Attack Speed 3. It's so weird to play a class that isn't the Necromancer after playing the Necromancer for a while, because just the degrees that you look at equipment, it's night and day. My god! They can't stop thickening us up. Good sword. I can more than happily take a couple forests at this point. To be fair, I would be putting them near. It would be a nice time. So this is supposed to snake up, left, up, across, down. So it's circling this one a bunch of times, whatever is going to be in this position. Down, right, right. And then it multiplies these suburbs consistently. I'll demonstrate this in the future. I really wish I had the ability kind of just like with the screen drawing tool to just draw constantly. That would be like a really nice feature for like the streaming and recording program OBS to have. Just, there's a hotkey that you can press that will just start drawing on like a level directly above the screen that then captures in the recording as well. So you can kind of just explain things like that. It's like the, you know the sportscaster who has a pen and uses it to draw over the top of the broadcast and say, now this guy's probably going to be going up the side because they're not really well defended back there, and this play is going to go around. You know, that kind of thing. It'd be nice to be able to do that live in situ here. I guess educators do it too. Attack speed is 7% Vampirism. Great upgrade. Okay, so hang on. It's gonna snake back like across, up, across, down, across, down. Wait, hang on. So we've got one space here, one space, across, down. So it meets here, and then there's one space there as well. So this suburbs can still go here. So we're not getting the suburbs to form towns really in this position. We know that a suburb with another suburb to its north, south, east, and west turns into a town, and a town increases the experience gained from killing enemies by 1. We can't have the river go the entire way, actually. The suburbs I won't be able to place any new suburbs after a certain period of time, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm doing with this river that isn't snaking through the suburbs. Because the suburbs can only be placed adjacent to one another, so I won't be able to put one in this position if the river is here. Finally, we have a temporal beacon. Oh no, that would have been such a good position for the temporal beacon. What? I mean, I guess this is okay. Up to you as well. I mean, obviously a Grovey should go down here. Grove. I still don't think I play those. Ugh. Good lord, the items. Retaliation damage to wall, and defense of 3 damage to wall. Yeah, I think that's actually a lot better. I think we're actually within the realm where if something is higher level, I should just equip it, and if something is the other thing, I should just equip it as well. Desert. This one I do want to get refreshed. I never want to play a desert just by itself, right? Not when I can be this selective. Fuck it. So if this loops up and around, hang on, we'll put that there immediately. If this loops up and around, and then snakes like this. Actually, if I just let it stay there and then ride along, go up, and then ride it back up this way, I can fill this whole area with thickets and I can fill the bottom side with suburbs, so I literally just have to put them on the bottom rung. I don't want that many suburbs. I just want some suburbs. Don't want to like ruin an area with a bunch of grows. Spawns a rat wolf every 2 days. Rat wolves can move to adjacent tiles. All right. Way too long looking for that, but we will put them down. Oh, hello, Watcher. Okay, Watcher, Cosmic Mage, has a soul. This is from the Time Beacon. Benefactor grants an ally 15 magic shield instead of attacking, only once per ally. Will flee combat when there are no more valid targets. So it flees. We don't even get to slay it, it looks like. Fatalism, 33% chance to receive only 1 damage from attack, 33% chance to receive 150 damage. And Tracker reduces enemy defense and evasion by 20% until it leaves combat. Cool. Unfortunately, it did escape. The Blood Groves will prevent its escape on the downside here, I think. Also, Silverware. Yeah, we've seen that before. Replace that. Send it. Hello, Watcher. Stop escaping, you coward! Maybe I want to fight a Blood Clot now. Hey, Shanika. Good to see you. Maybe I do. I mean, if I put it in this position, we get two chests there at the same time as a Blood Clot. I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. It might be a bad idea, but I like bad ideas as well. Also, what if I just Oblivion it later if it's a problem? It's fine. Mistakes can be fun. Get a McKee over here. The McKee enemies deal 2% less damage, no lower than negative 50%, and enemies attack 2% faster, no higher than 50%. The combination of McKee, the sand dunes, and the thickets should ultimately be really, really good for the breakpoints of the warrior in particular. Oh, I think the game is trying to tell me that I'm going to level up the next time I fight someone. Defense is increased by 1 after every loop. I think this one works retroactively. So this is just 3 defense for us because we've done 3 loops, which is like, fine. Surveyor. Each time the hero passes through a tile, he will heal for 0.5 times the loop HP for each non-road tile around it. I don't really place my tiles on the road as much. Surveyor might actually be a... Surveyor is some healing. Surveyor is not nothing. Because we will be putting down more groves and things like that. It's just I'm not going to be filling the entire path, so I feel like it's going to be, you know, hilariously underutilized. I'm going to take the skilled armorer first. Bookery. Oh, I'm almost desperate to put the bookery in this nookery. There's a little nook position here where we're going to be able to try and cycle these as quickly as possible. That's probably where a blood grove should really go, though. That'd be grove and then a blood grove there. Put it next to the beacon and just see what happens. It doesn't look like it's transforming here in the little scene thing. I'm gonna do a 2-tile bookery here. I don't think it'll be able to refresh mine. Oh, it did. Oh, and it got suburbia. This is good. So again, loop up, loop down, loop around. Loop up, loop down, loop around, and then it goes to there, and then it's going on the bottom side, so suburb goes there. These crossbowmen actually are probably going to really be able to help us here. Hey, Dan, good to see you. Welcome on in. These crossbowmen will be taking out any of the problems I have in this area. Brass candlestick? That's the first time I've seen that. Excuse me. Mostly just a piece of art, but still quite useful. It's a real waste to burn 3 candles at once, but who can refuse the comfort in some light in dark times like this? The hero's damage increased by 5% when he's in range of a road lantern or a beacon. Doesn't stack. You know what? It's too early on for me to read every piece of equipment. They're good. They're fine. They appear to be good, and they will be good enough. Forest for another McKee. Should probably start putting the sand dunes up here. Well, I guess another one does need to go down. Yeah, I don't need to split them that much, but it's also not going to be a problem. Didn't even have to use the bookery that time. Can I get a ruin? Like, my whole plan is based around them. Just to be clear. Why? I forgot that I have spider cocoons. I don't want them anymore. No. Spider on adjacent tile every day. I'm gonna leave that. It's fine. We have a bookery. We can re-roll it. Oof. They escaped. I mean, I really want to have another... I think I do actually have to put another temporal beacon literally 1 space over. 2 spaces over. Literally 2 spaces over. Spiders are good with the Watcher, right? They had a lot of enemies which give you more time to get to them. Honestly, I'm expecting to try and get most of my battles with the Time Watchers on this space. What? Sorry. This space, and this space. Right? Because if I do this correctly, ruin, 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 ruin. And then I have 5 ruins covered by these 2 blood groves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can have 5 of them. And then I can have one of the ruins covered by this. One of the ruins is covered by 2 temporal beacons. This ruin is covered by 2 temporal beacons, putting more things up on this line and down on this line. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about the spiders contributing to that. It's possible, and I'll consider it again later on if we get to that point. Retaliation and slightly high. Nah, that doesn't look that good. Okay. I think this bookery should go here. Immediately rerolls that into a forest. I'll get the key out of that. There's our first village question mark, which I should probably oblivion as the warrior. Wait, what do you mean blood groves can't prevent fleeing? I thought that's what they did. I thought that's what they say they do. Huh? Seriously, they don't. Oops. But that's why I built the blood groves for the scorchworms. Oh, it's because the scorchworms would flee on low HP. No. Whatever. My god, this is a rough fight for us. The healing potions were really important. Ah, I've got a blood clot there too. Nice day for a stroll in suburbia. Okay, ruin number 1 goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then we got the 3 of them cover the bait. Yeah, cool. Read their effects? I've read their effects before. It's just, I forgot the effect of the blood grove. So, like, here's the carnivorous roots here. Devours, blah, blah, blah. Is that just the... Yeah, devours monsters that have less than 15% HP left. The hero and his allies will become entangled instead. Cannot devour blood golems or swarm creatures. Well, it's fine. We'll start killing them eventually. I'm not too fussed about it. It'll happen when it do. I have heard of Shotgun King small. Teek and I did take a peek on Shotgun King actually as well. I believe that is up on Teek's channel. Sneaky Teek on YouTube. One of these days I'm gonna kill one of those Time Watchers. Strong aftertaste, finally. Okay, we'll get the scaling as early as we possibly can, and boy howdy are we using it. Smith's Forge removes up to 2 items from inventory. Adds an effect for 10 hits for an item that lowers incoming damage by 10%. So we'll rotate past it 2 times here. Ooh, I like the idea of that. I'm aware Shadow Blood, this one's here. Don't worry, bud. Okay. So it seems like it eats from the lowest part of your inventory as well, so it's specifically trying to make sure that it's as generous as possible. Here's a Watcher for a while. Unfortunately, not long enough just yet. Forest, go here for another key. Forest, go here for another key eventually. This has to be a thicket. Can't be anything else. This thicket has been multiplied by this one, and then this one, and then this one. So this thicket is currently giving us 8% hero attack speed just by itself. Not having to worry about building up my own attack speed from my actual items is so liberating, because I'm never going to get as, like, I can't optimize around all of the different things that I would like to have. Offloading one of them to my area, I guess, makes it so much easier. I really don't care about those suburbs. I would rather the booker eat those. I mean, I want these fights to actually be kind of harsh for a while. I want to take damage. Broken Longsword. 20 to 30 damage. That's a lot more. I think it's time to Oblivion the Sand Dune. Well, hang on. I think it is time to Oblivion the village. Do towns devolve if their suburbs are Oblivioned? I do not know. But that is the strat, right? The idea is the possibility of getting enough suburbs to make a town, and then you Oblivion one of the suburbs, splitting it open so that you can get a river adjacent to a town. That would be interesting. I just don't know if it works. I don't think another temporal beacon there is a good idea for us. This one only covers 2 spaces on the actual battlefield. This one double covers a bunch of spaces that are already covered. It's possible I don't need this temporal beacon. I do need the Oblivion though, that one goes. We do send that one. So I'm thinking the river is going there, and then it's looping along as long as it possibly can before it can go up in this direction. Which means at some point we're just gonna have a block of towns and suburbs over here, which is fine by me. I mean, this is always gonna be a thicket. So I can just place it there already. 4% attack speed. Take this ruins as well. Temporal beacon again. Don't think I need it. Oh! We finally killed one of them. For a ring of absolute garbage. I mean, I guess it's 1 regen per second. We'll take that. Not a good ring, though. Another forest available. I mean, I guess I can also start them up here. There's no reason to respect the adjacency bonuses. Just get them the key instantly. I should also make sure when I get into a fight that I'm not starting to get past the amount of Makey that I ultimately need. What happens if you Oblivion the bloodied path? You would destroy everything on it, as well as the bloodied nature of the path. My good god! Okay, well, let's focus on damage to wall if we can get it. I mean, this armor is attack speed, damage to wall, max HP. Damage to wall again, and to wall a good fight. We have the ritual sword here, which I actually think is going to be an upgrade generally for us. It has pure damage 6 and damage to wall, so it's basically matching the damage of the broken longsword. But also propagating it. More retaliation damage is also kind of damage to wall if they attack us, although I know the Watchers do not attack us directly. Alright, we can hold off on the rest of that. A grove? Oh, man's garbage. I guess this can be a grove. There's no reason for it to not to be a grove. Ah, the Smith's Forge is tracking how much it's done. How much it's et. Interested to see what they're going to ultimately be doing with that. Oh, boy. Oh, that couldn't have gone better. Also, 35% chance of performing a counterattack during an evade. I don't think so. Suppliers, hero leaves 10% of his findings at the camp while passing through the campfire tile. Apparently this doesn't allow you to take more home. Like, you don't offload 10% and then do it again. Like, it's just gives you more percentage taken home. I think we go second thoughts here. I think both of these are kind of substandard. Hey, I'll say this. Blade of Dawn. Every morning, those temporal beacons are making it so that every morning occurs very commonly. Every morning, the hero's sword is filled with sunlight, causing its next attack to deal 2 times damage to wall, which would then help us also kill the Watchers. This is looking good. I think this is what we need. Okay, also, damage to wall, attack speed, and vampirism on this armor. That absolutely takes over. Pure damage, evasion, and vampirism. Also takes over the other ring slot. Oh, it didn't even kill him. It will eventually. It will eventually. Damage to wall as well as attack speed again. Yeah, sure. Oh my god, this is so good. Okay. I'm gonna put the sand dunes in like advanced positions, so that I can start putting down more of the Maquis immediately. I don't think I care about Spider Cocoon. Hop! A 7 ring, attack speed 7%. No, damage to wall and evasion and vampirism are more important than all of the stats being offered there. Quincy Prince asks, Irain? Saw you're online, figured I'd check. How come you don't take perks from boss kills very often? It's the only way to unlock them for future runs. I've been trying to take perks from boss kills. Like, is it perks or resources? Because I've never taken the resources. Literally 0 times, I think. I thought I was doing the opposite. Okay, so these are gonna want to be thickets. Absolutely. Desert doesn't need to continue. Another temporal beacon. Again, I don't think I need to put that down just yet. Oh, hell yes. More river. Oh my god, I think I can totally do it, actually. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on though. Could my river... Could I, like, loop it even back into the wasteland in order to start spawning some of the... oh god, I can't even remember what they're called. I mean, eventually it would set up for the possibility of sirens, even. The fishmen. Is that a bad idea? All I know is the thicket does go here. Absolutely. Nothing changes that. Okay, Ritual Sword does have nice damage to wall and all, but does it... Yeah, it still beats that. Handily, in fact. Oh my god. Yep. I think this run is actually going incredible. I keep looking at it and going, oh, I have to account for something, but it's looking good. Oh my god. This vampire helmet. 9% vampirism, 21% retaliation damage. Looks like the other helmet was better than our helmet, but this helmet's better than that helmet, so we'll be double upgrading at the same time. Damage to all, counter, vampirism, evasion. Yep, that's fine. Another bookery. Well, I mean, I do want the books to explode in the area of the temporal beacon. So that'd be like bookery there. And then this thicket go there. Oh, I'm so proud of this. How it's worked out. It's just very realistic, I think. This thing's given us 1, 2, 3, it's 4 experience every single time we kill an enemy. In fact, we're getting 21 bonus experience from every enemy collaboratively. I don't think I put down another Grove. I think I've just got Grovile over there, and then I think I'm done. Not even gonna evolve them. Actually, Grovile might be the top version. I don't even remember. You know what? I think that's the... Was Grovile Mudkip's gem? Oh god, it was. I have not taken a Leaf starter since they, I guess, were called Leaf starters in my mind. Silly, by the way. Belatedly happy birthday for last week. Hope you had a great time. Or at least a relaxing one. Do multiple rivers stack? They do, but they don't stack multiplicatively. They stack additively. Okay, we just refreshed literally everything in that individual fight. Okay. Level 7 Rapier. Counter and Vampirism. I mean, it's got 9%. It's got 8% Vampirism. Yeah, I think I do take that. Shield, attack speed, pure damage. Damage to all. Shield's better again. Damage to all of 5 and do all. Oh, a good wallop. I think we let those ones go. Finally, we're drinking the potion. This shield is also damage to all. Love to see it. A little bit of evasion as well. One suburb over here. We finally get our first town. Town increasing the experience gain from killing enemies by 2. No damage for, damage to all, defense and evasion. I mean, I lose the vampirism, but all of the rest of this I prefer. That's suspicious. A suit of armor? Just lying here on the road and... Wait. Are you alive? Overfilled with existence. I don't understand. What should I do? What does it mean to be alive? What is existence? I didn't say that word. Existence. I said alive. Let's not dig too deep yet. First question first. You're quite a big guy. So protect the helpless or help us in our work. Can you forge metal? Or do you see yourself as more of a cook, perhaps? Or a weapon in my hand to kill, to slay. You stand in front of me, so I must be supposed to fight you. Chopping wood or harvesting weed are also good options. My self-determination is complete. I am made for battle. My armor shall dull the blades, and my sword shall cleave their flesh. Well, there is some logic in your reasoning, but generally speaking, you're an idiot. Living armor. Steel flesh. All damage done to this creature is reduced to 1 HP. They have 12 total HP. Defender always becomes the first target in battle, so of course. Oh boy. Oh, hilariously, it's also going to get the magic shielding from the Watcher. So the Watcher gives it 35 magic shield. Am I going to have to attack the living armor 37 times? Also, I did level up, so I should probably check that first. Buckler. Every counter heals the hero for 1.5 times loop HP. Battering Ram. Hero rushes into battle head on, and its first attack has a 75% chance to stun each enemy for 1 second. I'm going to take Battering Ram, just because I prefer it. Ah, it's only our HP damage that's reduced. Seems the only way to make this world less aggressive is by, well, by being aggressive. Another soul is lost. If it had a soul, that is. Whoa, damage to all. 6. Big. Retaliation helmet, 11 on the evasion. No, all the rest of these I can turn down happily, I think. I want the big AoE. One up, one across. No, I think I'm actually better served by just keeping that going. Another ruins go here. Cemetery number 3. Ooh, new rapier. Oh, it's basically the same, but it's got damage to all as well as evasion. Love it. We're still using these potions. Can I see, like, how much we've actually gotten contributed? Strong aftertaste. It's not going to show us how much we're just getting from that, unfortunately, I don't believe. I mean, I would have to, so, you know, the damage on this is 19 to, damage to wall is not being counted, so pure damage 4. Wait, the damage is being counted outside of that. Okay, hang on. So wait, is it literally 19, 32 minus 19 is 13? Is it, so base damage is 3 to 5 for a character or something like that. Have we gotten 10 extra damage from our healing potions? That's, I guess, the closest to an estimate I can come. So this will be a thicket too. Okay, so the Dawnblade doesn't kill much, unfortunately. I really wanted to just, like, instantly wipe everyone out, but it doesn't seem so keen. Put a Smith's Forge here. Start getting rid of a couple more items. Thickets. And this extra forest as well. I mean, that goes up there. I just don't want to roll the thicket. Actually, maybe we're in the part of the game where rolling the thicket is good. Yeah, I actually think we're in that part of the game at this point. Not that I wanted the deserts out of it. Take the suburb, though. Symmetry. I mean, you know, symmetry is clearly important to me over the course of this, but different version thereof. That goes there. Give me as much space as possible, and theoretically fine to put this here. Actually, I'm fine throwing it. And we're about to stop placing suburbs entirely. I do want to put the one final in its final position there, though. Big vampirism shield with pure damage. Not as much damage to wall. I think I'll hold off. Final suburb. Well, actually, I probably put down 2 more suburbs here, right? So that I can fill out this final suburb as a town. Seems a good idea. Forests all up here. We should start getting towards the area where we don't need any more McKee as well. Okay, now what if we did a shipwreck, though? What if we did that? What if it was good? The sirens are so powerful. There'd be so many people in the same battle, but like... Yeah, because the sirens were uniquely bad for the necromancer in some way. I can't remember what way it was. But I think I might want to do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So now we have a shipwreck instead of a battlefield. Trade ships often fall prey to the fisherman's expansion marches. Spawns a siren once a loop, and a chest once a loop with no mimics. Enemies on the tiles around it can also become ghosts when they die. That kind of ruins the position I was going to put the ruins in. Just because now there will routinely be fights on this. Spawns the siren once per loop, so that either goes up or across. So I would be fighting ranged attacks consistently against Scorchworms while I'm fighting the siren. Oh. No, that doesn't seem like a good time. It seems like a BT. Capital B and capital T. I can also get the Bloodgrove to start covering this area. I like that idea. With the Bloodgrove, you're killing the score. So if this ruin is here, and the siren spawns out to this position, and I have to fight her, the ruins here will have all of the Scorchworms join the fight as ranged. I think this is too much. I might actually have the maximum amount of ruins for myself at the moment. I'm fine with that. Oh, I lost a rivers and forest. Guess I'm fine with the sand dune at least. And the extra town. I'm equally excited for and terrified of this upcoming village, question mark. Another temporal beacon. I really don't think it's... I think just these two temporal beacons are it. Oh my god. The collection. This armor, it's like a lot more max HP, but 1 extra % of counter does not counter much. Pure damage and damage to all, as well as defense and regen per second. It's just very big damage to all. Another 20% attack speed. Yeah, this is the kind of shield that would have otherwise been optimal, but is outclassed by just having enough attack speed already. I mean, oh, actually, I should probably go for the... I should probably take out the Ziggurat next I can. Also, Marquee effect. So all enemies currently have negative 38% attack damage, but plus 38% attack speed, which means I can make a total of 6 more Marquee until they are both capped out at those effects. Damage wall 2, Prism 7%. No, the damage wall is too important. It's actually like shredding nerds. Oh my god. My god. Pure damage, regen per second, attack speed, retaliation damage. No, I actually way prefer the vampirism on the other. Attack speed and vampirism, regen, as well as higher max HP. Oh, it's difficult to turn down 6 damage to wall. I'm currently doing 17 damage to every enemy every time you hit anyone. But I guess if I was going to do it for anything, it would be for more vampirism at this point. What does the Ziggurat do? The Ziggurat is spawning a desert spirit each loop, which has a 33% chance to join a battle anywhere on the road, and can just be a little of an annoyance. It's also, you know, blocking the perfect layering of my Marquee and sand dunes over here. Yeah, I'll take the Vampirism. I think it's still important to me. Final suburb placed. Let's continue these rivers. Another forest down in the same area. Level up. Shield Master. 10% chance of stunning a target that you hit for 1 second. I have a very high attack speed. I think this will give us a lot more chance to stun, because that's what it says it does. Very insightful there, Raps. What's this 9 rig doing? Damage to wall and vampirism? Lower damage to wall, 7% vampirism. 7% counter? I think I'm fine with this. Perfect. It's inefficient. Most of your Maquis are adjacent to more than one. It is true. This is optimizing around aesthetic more than anything else. But I have to try and. There are inside of me. There are 2 wolves. There is a min-maxer, and then there is someone who wants to enjoy the experience. And I have to guide those wolves down the road to pull my bobsled. Sorry, we're doing sledding now. Sledding was what the wolves were doing the entire time. And the sled is the run. And I guess the navigation is aesthetic or min-maxing. I never said I was good at analogies or metaphors. I said there were 2 wolves inside you. Really low level equipment there. Oh, damage to walls. I mean, yeah, the shield does better. Don't know where I'm doing the thicket though. Form over function. I mean, sometimes form is a function. That's the siren, by the by. Or was the siren, by the by. Damage wall 6, attack speed, evasion. No, I really want the vampirism still. How badly am I doing? No, I'll go for that. Damage to wall is 16% at this point. Wait, damage to wall is only 14? Oh, because the rapier, I guess, does less damage to wall. And I lost the damage to wall on my armor as well. Oof. Attack speed, vampirism. Okay, cool. Another Smith's Forge. I mean, I do like eating equipment. Chomp chomp. Why is this spawned with 6 usages? 2, 4, 6. Oh. Don't need those suburbs anymore. Barely need the thickets, to be honest. The countdown's similar to the library. Oh, so we will eventually just blow up the Smith's Forge. It will be an abandoned Smith's Forge, and we'll have the ability to do some new stuff with that. I'm down. I'm down to clown. Have you considered putting a forge before the boss for the bonuses going into it? I haven't, and I should, and I will, and I am currently doing it, and I'll do it. How about that? They spawn a golem, then reset. Oh, okay, so the Smith's Forges don't... I was wondering, because this was 2 a couple of rounds ago. I didn't know how it was still here, but I haven't been keeping a perfectly close eye on it the entire time. I'll be admitted that. Oh no, these are misaligned with one another. They're going to be a problem as soon as... Oh no. This is not good. This is difficult and problematic and bad and not... Uh-oh. Where are these thickets going? This goes up, across, up. Maximum is going as far across as possible, right? And then still going up and okay. One goes in that position. Up, across. It's like up, across, up. That in that position as well. And then I'm fine throwing the rest of these. Oh boy. River time. One more over with McKee, and then we continue refreshing these. Another 10 with vampirism. My god, those fights feel incredible when they work like that. Broken longsword, huge damage. Damage to all as well. Doesn't have the vampirism, but it's 8 damage to all and big damage. I wonder if I ever do like just a river goes through here, down to here, up through, like something like that. Temporal Beacon is not a landscape tile, so it's only affecting the thickets and suburbs and things of that ilk. I want another battlefield at this point. Like, get another siren right there. Do I really want to do that? 2 sirens in the same battle? I kind of do. I kind of do. I don't think I need... Oh. I don't want to respect them. I don't want to respect any enemy enough to say, you know what? You might get me, so I'm scared. The overlap is still a... overlap is still a blood bog. Don't be stupid. You can do it. Don't be stupid. It's so easy to do it. They're all waiting for you. Let's go. Siren buff one another? They might try. And they may succeed, and I may lose. All of that would be fine. Oh, that's what I wanted the Golden Dawn thing to do. Whoop, that's not the right words. What's the name of the thing? Blade of Dawn, there we go. That's what I wanted the Blade of Dawn to do, just immediately blow everyone up. Golden Dawn is a Greek Nazi party? I think it is. If I'm pulling that. Oh boy. Couldn't be further from the Blade of Dawn helping us with all of this damage across all of these enemies. Suburbs, deserts, cemetery, keep them going. We've been killing more of the time now. And we've got the Smith's Forge that I was looking for to pump us up before the boss fight. Getting so many suburbs I don't care about anymore. To be fair, there was also a turn of the 20th century cult by that name. It's a popular name, evidently. This thicket. Hang on. I may not even be dipping it down in this direction ever again. I think it's just straight across. Another village? I just got rid of one of those. There's another one up there too. We'll get rid of the rest. Also still have to get rid of that. I actually almost want complete oblivion at this point. Alright. Good items. We get our river back. Sand dunes to continue our work. I should look in the next battle before I check. Hang on. The next battle's coming after something. Alright, another sand dune's just gonna go here. forest, thicket, river across, and that should be max marquee now. Bingo. Marquee effect. 50-50. Spider Cocoon Temporal Beacon. No. Another Blood Grove. I am tempted by this. But I would need a grove in this position in order to place it. Care to do that for me, game? Just give me the grove in that position. Help me place it. My God! The flood of new items is always so fast, but also they're not actually that good. Not anymore. It's kind of difficult to give us things that we really want at this point. So now forests are useless to us as well. Boy. I don't think I need to rush out to place all of these just yet. Hang on. That's what we were looking for. Oh my God, that's what we were looking for. So it's the same helmet we currently have, but it has 6 more retaliation damage and 5 damage to all. Yes. Pure damage. The rest of this is kind of garbage, but that's fine. Doesn't all need to be good. Good items. Oh, good item. Damage to wall of 5. Higher damage in general. Has some counter and evasion. This spear is a huge upgrade. Shield of 26 defense. No damage to wall. Does have counter and evasion. I mean, those are good stats. This shield has more damage to wall, though. And evasion. Damage to wall on the ring of 8. So we're doing 24 damage to wall every single time we attack at this point. Love it. Great, incredible, good, and everything else as well. Is the cap on counter 100%? Or can you counter more than the amount of times the enemy has hit you? I don't know. The game's not very transparent about all of the different caps for everything, but I don't think it's so stringent as to require that clarification. However, I imagine if you are looking for it, you can find it somewhere. That kind of thing. Okay, so the sirens, the humidity lover gets the slimy positive effect, 20% evade, if there are liquid enemies in the battle. There's no liquid enemy in that battle, and has 33% chance to forward direct damage to a random ally. Yeah, no, so we're just shredding them. No problem with them whatsoever. They don't even occur to me. Is it time for Surveyor? I do have 14% counter. Heal the hero for 1.5 times each. For each loop, rather. I guess there is also the possibility of going card sharp to try and fill out the rest of the board very quickly, but I'm very specific about what I want to put down, so I don't think card sharp's good for us anymore. I will take Surveyor. I don't think I can be made to regret that. So up, across, up. We're currently working in the realm where I'm basically planning to end this river. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with that. So I'll then loop the river just back over the top of these thickets and then out of the map. And then put some thickets on the top line as well. Giving me the ability to place those. Oh, this is a mace. Damage to wall on maces. It's also pure damage and evasion of 5%. I don't care about counter. This is significantly lower damage, though. Helmet has the damage to wall, has the same This actually has the same stats, except it has less retaliation damage, but more defense. Point for point, the same. There's 4 in each that it loses and gains. Damage to wall on the shield, 5. Regen per second, 2. Vampirism on this, as well as the evasion on the armor. It's better vampirism, it's good evasion. I think I actually take the downgrade for that. A statistical downgrade. And then I immediately reverse it for the next one. Got the 9%. Yeah, 10. Do I need another bookery at this point? It seems like they are only getting more useful. As I'm getting increasingly specific about what I will and will not accept from the game. Okay. Still don't care about any of those. Send them all for all I care. Ooh, I can even go directly next to it. Wait, and then I get the reed types tiles. Oh, but that's what spawns the fishman, right? It's not the... Wait. It should be the river path that spawns the fishman, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna keep myself safe here. I'm just gonna put thickets there. That's okay. No problem doing that. Another battlefield, another ruin. No. I don't think I need to increase any of those. What's right now? 24% on the attack speed. They're really trying to tempt me into something that I will never take. The Smith's Forge goes here. So this is just buff before the next loop. I feel like we haven't got that much like actual combat we do. It's just very dense combat when we get it. Okay, I'm gonna put the grove there, and then a hungry grove goes here. So it'll be within the realm of the boss fight. Sand dunes still do go down. I should remember that. Anything else there that needs doing? Think not. Boy howdy. There goes that. Sand dunes start filling out the area on the bottom side. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be needed. Oh, hello. Oh, I can actually murder that village right now. I am actually basically just about to go into the boss fight, I think. Yeah, I'm murdering the village. That'll boss the spawn fight. Vicky. Libby. All good with everything else at the moment. Another river, another desert. Ah, bad position for the village. Oh well. Bad position for the village, but I think it's a great position for us. I've eaten so much of my defensive gear. We've had, 4 triggers of it. So I go into this fight with 30. Oh, hopefully that remains for 2 fights. I'm gonna destroy the ziggurat. Absolutely, we're staying. Yep, we got 30 charges of this defense on ourselves. The hunt begins. Second. Look at these stacks. 24 more hits of plus 20% defense. We won. It's just a waste of time. The new hunt's is coming. I already got your scent. Now, choose to unlock one of these for the next run, or just get some resources home. I'm gonna just continue this loop for a while, so I don't think we need to do that. Bottomless bottle, 40% chance to not spend a potion upon usage. Wild. Hero has a 6% chance to reflect a ranged shot into a random enemy. Also kind of cool. When the hero's health falls below 20%, he may attack 4 times with 2% attack speed. 2 times, rather, attack speed once per battle. We can go bottomless bottle. That looks very synergistic. Let's stay 2. Vampirism of 10%? No. Vampirism of 9%? No. Doesn't have damage to all as a statistic, unfortunately. Well, hang on. Damage to all is starting to decrease in its value to as compared to vampirism. Okay. I'll take that one. Yeah, hopefully we find bottomless on this run while we are drinking so many damn potions. Pure damage, damage to all. No. I really can't imagine anything in this run proposing as much of a problem as the boss did. Do I just want to fill out the entire map again? I guess more than anything, I just want to focus on getting a good amount of more rare resources. So apparently the things that I'm getting from the temporal beacon fights will be particularly useful. I'm imagining that would be like an orb of time or something like that, right? Astral orb possibly is what I'm collecting from those. Let's have a keep a closer look on those. Suburbs river. I don't think I start another river just yet. Damage, evasion, pure damage. No. Give me some level 12s, yeah. I think that's where we're gonna find our real next tier. Oh my god. Fast and furiously they're coming though. I just don't want attack speed. Stop offering me attack speed. It's so not useful for me anymore. Yeah. I don't know what I place at this point. I don't know if I place anything at this point as much as I just continue. I think the blood clots are considered liquids, yes. So the fact that the overlap here has the ability to spawn blood clots probably does mean that there will be liquids occasionally in the fight with the shipwrecks. What? 12 on the armors again? Helmet. Extra defense, extra evasion, a little bit of vampirism. I don't really care about evasion much. Vampirism on the armor, a little bit of attack against all. Ooh, a lot more max HP. That's worth it for the max HP there, I think. This is a shield of damage to all and vampirism, baby! We might almost have too much attack speed with how we're fatiguing so soon. This may well end up being true. That said, I'm not really building my attack speed anymore at this point. Shield damage, damage to all, and counter. Don't really mind or care about any of those. God, we're making so many resources in every fight, and I love it. 32, 10% on the vampirism? Yeah, sure, that replaces it. It's enough levels higher. So I can't start a second river. Good, that's fine. I don't need to. We have this Oblivion. I feel like that has to go in this a village question mark space because it's just overlapping far too much there. And then I want to take out the next a village question mark space. I'm kind of limiting also the negative things that can really spawn on my floor because I'm not really playing much anymore. Do I want sand dunes now more? Almost. Yeah, I think I'm happy to let thickets go now. I think I'm done with thickets. Okay, another blood grove or anything? I mean, honestly, it can just cover these spaces. That's more than fine. No downside I can think of. Well, I guess the possibility of spawning more of these big guys, but yeah, I think that balanced out. I think those ones account for one another. I'm gonna put a forest there, and then I'm just gonna fill out the rest of the top line with sand dunes. So that's just me kind of partitioning that zone finally with that forest. See, I feel comfortable if I'm looting an enemy, right? Because then I'm taking, you know, the ring that enemy was wearing or something like that. I'm taking the armor that enemy was wearing. I'm not fine with looting a living suit of armor. Because that's more akin to skinning an enemy and wearing his head meat. And it's just too close to it for me. It's uncomfortable. Build events, damage, no, don't need those. Level 14. It's got a lot of regen per second. I mean, that's really the benefit this one has applied to it right now. Other than that, it's actually kind of garbage. Oof. Don't grave rob from Alphonse Elric. Oh, Elrics. I still need to actually finish watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I've seen like 2.5 seasons, and then what's the main guy's name again? Not the Full Metal Alchemist. Edward Elric. I think it's Edward. Might be Edward. Anyhow, whoever he is. There was a period where he went into the desert and just started being very, very melodramatic for a really long period of time. And it was just too much melodrama for me at the time. I have to be in the right headspace to listen to someone complain for 22 minutes in a row. My life sucks and everyone's against me. I understand, like, it's not like that the entire way through. There's a lot more that it has to offer. Unfortunately, it just hit me at the wrong time, and I'm still attempting to return to it. 7% vampirism on this ring, as well as some regen, and some damage to wall. I'm happy for that. I think damage to wall does really need to peter out of my estimation at this point, though. Edward. But the only thing that I can ever think of every time I think of... Ooh, 32 defense. 7% evasion. Lose the vampirism. Probably don't want to lose the vampirism, to be entirely honest with you. The only thing I can ever think if I remember Full Metal Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is,
Oh, Elrix, I can see you are in need of a prime physical specimen.
just Armstrong. This is the only thing I can remember from the entire show, and to be honest, it's what makes me want to go back. Actual saves, all that's still kind of not for us. Oh boy, we're actually starting to pop bottles. Popping bottles like it's nobody's business at this point. Ooh, we should maybe keep an eye on that, actually. Oh boy. Yeah, maybe I don't stay here forever, actually. I'm starting to feel like this is not the right path. I can remove the Uzi boys, but they're not the problem right now. It's all this armor I keep spawning. It takes all of the damage that we can dish it, and then deals a bunch back. Vampirism feels so weak right now. Damage increased by 20% of defense value. Defense value right now for us is 39. So 20% of that is going to be a fifth, so 8. 8? Is 8 damage worth it? I guess. Golems can't be life stolen, which is why they're beating this up so badly. That is a great point, well made. Thank you so much. Okay, I understand what's going on with them now. Well, how do I counter that? How do I make these golems live so that I can then steal their blood? How do I Evanescence bring them to life? Prism 7% evasion, 8%. Missing out on defense, damage to all. Has pure damage. I wonder if pure damage goes through the golem? I don't think it does. But what if it did, though? Yeah, it absolutely doesn't. Ah, well. Got so many rivers here I don't need. Usually I'd be going absolutely wild for these. Temporal beacons I don't even need. I mean, maybe I don't want a temporal beacon over here. Yeah, you cover that fight. There's nothing really that can be covered by the other one, though. Do I leave? Do I leave? I've 30'd out the stable metal as well as the Book of Memories. Which of the rest of these are we increasing at a reasonable rate? Is it none? It's possible the answer is none. If the answer is none, we need to leave. It's none, we need to leave. I don't think that could have gone better. I'm ecstatic with that. The canteen, we have the ability to upgrade again here. Upgrade that, get the ability to take more stuff out with me. Watchtower, increase the attack range by 1 tile and make the crossbowman stronger. I do like that, the kind of base level there. Ooh, War Camp can get upgraded. Plus 4% to the hero's strength. Not particularly great, in my estimation at this point. Do I have any of these that I've not built? There's a warehouse. I have not built any warehouse. I have not built the alchemist's tent. I have built a single lumberjack. Resting before fighting a boss is great. Yeah, especially if the next run I take out is against 3 bosses in a row. That sounds like a good time. However, I think I need another collection run here. I don't want to just, run my way directly at the end game consistently, Alchemist's tent requires just a bit more food. I think I need to be making more food out here. Like, can I get another farm? Put a farmland here? Would it just loop the entire area with farm? Farm. We have farm. Another mud hut. Warehouse? No. Watchtower. I kind of want to fill out my watchtowers, get a full 4 of those as well, actually. Imagine a run where I have 4 watchtowers, and then my first thing is a village next to the campsite, and then I ransack that village, or just a battlefield next to the campsite, right? And then turn that battlefield into a siren, a shipwreck. Traditionally, both of these are quite difficult for early loop heroes to be able to take out, but we would be able to do it instantly because the crossbows help. There's part of me that likes that. Isn't there an item that gives you food from killing rat wolves? There is indeed, and I do have one. Let's have a look at the supply. Where are we? Yes, Skinner's Knives. 10% chance to receive 1 ration after killing a rat wolf, and +5 to the hero's damage against all rat wolves. Unfortunately, I believe we have a total of 1 Skinner's Knife, which I also just removed. Let's plug that back in. There we go. Oh, no, second Skinner's Knife. Additionally heal, raises the chance of finding a rare item. Jeweler's Lens seems ridiculous. Do I have any other ones that are absolutely ridiculous that I still want more of? Sturdy Stool, Silverware. I mean, none of these are really particularly unique. Hero's range is increased by 5%. Damage increased by 5% for a single thing is actually pretty good, I think. This is a what type? It'd be a furniture tool? It's a jewelry. I guess it counts as a jewelry. Brass. The preserved pebbles when walking through the campsite, I mean, that's like quite low, but if I really wanted to, I could go on like a full mining run. Oh, there is a sword effect. Okay, cool. Let's sort them. Cool. Let's take those back out. Sort them yet again. The 9% chance to redirect a Storm, Temple, Lightning Bolt, or any other pure damage attack into a random enemy. I just really don't think that's a build around. Hero has +2 damage against all undead. I do kind of like the idea of just having +10 damage against all undead, and then I just choose exclusively undead enemies for the rest of the entire run. Let's look. Let's entertain the thought for a moment here. How many enemies are undead? Skeleton? Skeleton Archer. Cracked Skeleton. Ghost? Gahost of Gahost? Primateur? I mean, Vampire. Vampire Mage. Full pure damage run. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to do it. Swarm Bats as Vampire without being undead, unfortunately. Watchers are Cosmic. Watcher Mage. We must have had some Watcher Mages there for some reason. I can figure out what the region is going to be, right? Books, empty books, a tome spawning in an area where a vampire was spawns the vampire mage, tome spawning in the area the watcher was spawns the watcher mage. That's got to be the case, right? I didn't see their abilities though at the time. Legacy transforms back into a tone after being killed, makes sense. Units damage varies, also makes sense. The day flows backwards in their presence. Can it flow backwards under the day and then you flow back over? Foresighted gets predicted buff. Neat. Is it a watcher armed with knowledge? Or is it knowledge that armed itself with a watcher? Whatever it might... Excuse me. Whatever it might be, this creature still sees something wrong with your existence. And it is trying very hard to rectify this before it's too late. I'm not seeing much other undead. My much? Ooh, Sanskrit. That's good. I guess Lich counts too. We've also got dialogues for first, second, third encounter, first, second, third kill, and we've got that for the angel as well, and we've got that for the hunter. Great, love it. Ghoul, you skipped. I skipped, and I am a ghoul. Ah, undead. Okay, yeah, I mean, look, this was always going to happen because if we're taking the vampires out on the road, we're also going to be taking the village, and if we're also taking the village, then we're going to start getting ghouls because the ghouls are in the village, and blah, 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 blah. Time shard. So that's what was being dropped by the Watchers. The time shard was the unique resource. I don't think we have the ability to capitalize upon time shards just yet. What do they even ultimately turn into? Orb of Afterlife? Yeah, time shard. No, it's time shard forms astral orb. So I was actually correct in my first estimation while we were on the run. Good. I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. We're going to try and build an entire run around going undead.